Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 16 of Civilization 5 on Emperor difficulty as Portugal. Things have gone from bad to worse. Despite some extremely derpy play from me, I managed to take Palenque and then pieced out with Portugal because I wanted to rebuild my forces before attempting to take Tikal. The main purpose of doing that, of course, was because Egypt are running away with the game and I wanted to be closer to Egypt to make it a little bit easier to try and take Thebes. However, after piecing out with Portugal, I have had both Polynesia and Arabia declare war on me. Now, they're not too much of a problem, even though they are the second and third sort of highest scoring player in the game currently. But they are on their own separate island. It's a little bit of a pain because they were most of my trading partners, which now means that I have lost all of my trade routes. So that sucks. But at the same time, I don't think that they're going to be too much of a problem to deal with, because the only way they can really attack me is by sea, and even though I don't really have many naval defenses, the AI particularly sucks at water-based assaults, so we should be okay there. We've still got a few tile improvements that we do need to get sorted out. Let's go ahead and kill that missionary just because we can. I mean, I know Vilnius would have killed it on the next turn anyway, but why not? Any excuse we can do to take a chunk out of an enemy unit. Because it all counts towards whether or not they're willing to peace out with you. They will look at how many units you have lost compared to how many units they have lost. And if they feel they've lost enough, they may be willing to go for a white peace. Let's keep that deal going with Korea. They actually declared war on me once upon a time, although they're quite small and far away, so I wasn't ever really expecting them to be a problem. One of my fishing boats has been destroyed. I'm guessing that is over here somewhere. Yet we do have this privateer in Porto. That was a little bit of a pain, so I'm going to have to build another fishing boat over here in Porto. However, that means that that privateer is going to get sunk by the city's defences. So let us see if we can do that. You actually get a promotion, which is really nice. Let us give you the boarding party, so you're a little bit stronger against ships. And we'll just bring you down into our own territory so you can heal up. How much damage could we do if we fired with these bowmen? Not enough to actually kill the ship, which is a shame. So we are going to fire with the city. That'll probably just destroy it anyway. Yeah, fire with the city. Still don't have a great amount of money, but we are going to need to upgrade some of these units. Might as well do them now. Doesn't seem like a better time to do it. Braga has finished its factory. Let's go ahead and get some. Actually, we need a fishing boat here. So let's go ahead and do that. We also need to get those trade routes going again as well. Finished the public school here. I guess we could get a factory. Castle could be useful as well, although what I think we're going to do is get a cannon out, because we are going to be going to war with Portugal, whether he likes it or not. What actually went through? So city-states have now been embargoed. That is a real pain. I'm going to try and repeal that. It's never going to go through, but let's try it anyway. That was very annoying. We've got these extra conquistadors now, which we can use to attempt to try and finish off this barbarian camp. In fact, I think we may be able to there. Also, there's some more barbarian workers. So we've done that. We've got ourselves a worker. We may be able to go down here and get ourselves another worker. So that could be useful. You guys are going to heal up for the time being. Let's go on to the next turn. Unit needs orders. Skirt around Milan a little bit because we don't want to take too much damage from any of their units. So I don't think they have much over there for me to be worried about. War has now been declared by Egypt. Now this is probably where it's all going to go very wrong, because he does have a lot of units that are really, really close to me. He has this city here. Admittedly, if he wants to attack me from the west, he's going to have to come through Portugal. He may allow him through. Portugal's not going to declare war right at this moment because we do actually have a truce with him, although that's only going to last for a couple more turns. It is quite possible that Egypt is going to send some units in from Elephantine. So this might be an actual good opportunity to actually try and take Elephantine out. Although now I've also got the added problem that I'm moving all of my units away from my border with Portugal, which could be a problem because he could then attack from there. So I've got to be very, very careful here. because things are going quite poorly. Looks like Florentine have recaptured that worker. It must have been there. So let's start moving this Conquistador up. This Conquistador really needs to heal. So just fortify until healed. These guys can come and you can work your way up there and just get that fixed up. Choose production. So, Bragger, you have finished the workboat. I think what we're going to have to do is get some riflemen going because clearly we have issues more pressing than building other stuff. Let's get a fishing boat going there. We've already got that tile locked in, so it should be good for us. We're now on 10 unhappiness as well. Science. We can have riflemen now, which really helps. Do we want to go steam power into flight? I think we probably do. You guys have finished that, so why don't you go on to one of these jungle tiles, I guess, and build a farm. Can we upgrade any of these? Well, we've already moved the musketman. Can we purchase a rifleman? Yes, we can. 490, not as expensive as I thought they were going to be. We'll instantly get a promotion. Let's go and give you drill, because there's a lot of rough terrain here. And we'll give you drill too as well. The workers have finished that. I'm not too happy about your positioning right there, particularly if Egypt do decide they want to go to war with us. But it might be nice to get that coal hooked up for later on. Guess it's not a bad tile to work. Even though it's not in my territory, I assume that my territory will expand there quite shortly. Got to be careful here because I don't know what Egyptian vessels there are around in the sea. Crossbowman. So you can get promoted to a gat, as can you. That's taken up a lot of our money. So let's go on to the next turn. There's not an awful lot else I can do. We'll see what Egypt attempt on us now. Speaking of now, we were moving this one into our territory to heal it up. It should be fine. Porto is going to need another fishing boat, assuming it lasts that long. Still considering admitting defeat. I don't think I've ever had it before where I've managed to have the AI dog pile on me quite so badly. Louvre has been completed by Polynesia. I'm at war with practically everybody at the moment. Maybe I should have played this game a little bit more diplomatically and maybe not been quite so aggressive in my pursuit of Egypt. Maybe I didn't have to pursue Egypt as much as I did. It's quite possible that I could have caught up with them without the militaristic approach, but one of those things. I can't do an awful lot about it now. So I'm just going to leave that rifleman actually in the city because obviously we do have oligarchy, so it does give us extra bonuses in the city there. Problem with these units, of course, is that we have to cross the river now, and that is going to give us a river crossing penalty, which is quite annoying. We are going to take you and move you forwards. Can't afford to upgrade my musketman to a rifleman, which is a little bit of a shame, but I do have some units that I can move up. Do need to be careful with them, especially the knights, of course, because they do have some ranged units, and they have some pikemen as well, which are quite devastating against mounted units. Pakala's already upgraded to rifleman as well, so he's doing quite well in the tech race. Farm is what I want there. You are going to... Oh, you can't build it. Oh, you can't pre-build. Of course you can't, because it's outside of my territory. So... I can't afford to buy a tile, and even if I could, I don't necessarily think that I would. We'll come over here and we'll just get another farm or two going around Gown, do what we can. I guess we could come down here and try and hassle some of these embarked Egyptian units. We can't do too much about them, but... Gatling gun has been finished here at Porto, so let's try and get you across as quickly as we can. We should have built roads, really, for... better logistics, but we didn't. So let's just move these guns across. It would be better to have them in the cities potentially, but I think the threat from Egypt outweighs anything else. We have a cannon. Not really anywhere that I can move it that's useful, so we'll just get you to move there and skip the turn. Rifleman, you're going to stay there because of oligarchy. Let's go on to the next turn and see what happens. Oh, is that the Conquistador? Yeah, Conquistador. Continue to move further forwards. On to the next turn. Might just be able to take Elephantine on this turn. If we do, I'll probably raise it, to be honest, because of the happiness issues that we have. Actually moving towards Gao now. They are starting to embark a few units, which does make it a little bit easier to sink them, because their melee units are quite easy to sink, so it won't be too bad. Gao should be able to take a shot at this knight. Admittedly, we don't actually have a unit stationed in Gao, so we won't get the oligarchy bonus. We have a great engineer, which is really nice. We are going to use this now to attack this crossbowman. It's amazing that we can't actually sink it, but there we go. Assign delegates to choose the host. We are going to vote for ourselves. No point voting for anybody else, because there's no point trying to get any diplomatic bonuses with people at this stage of the game. Let's see what's going on over here. We do want to definitely try and fire at this unit. Won't quite be enough to finish it off, which is a little bit of a pain. These Conquistadors can actually finish them off, though, which is quite nice. So that is one unit less for us to worry about. You guys just stay there for now. What are we going to do with the rest of the units we have around here? They have a lot of units in the water. I can't particularly reach any of these, which is a bit of a pain. I've also got to be careful which tiles I put my units in, of course, because a lot of them are close enough for Elephantine to bombard. So I may just actually let them come closer to me and try and take them out that way, because they can't really do an awful lot of damage with these units, and we can just farm them up nice and easily. I may put this cannon up on this hill, then we can potentially take some pot shots at stuff that is in the water. I could move this Gatling gun forward, but then it would be within range of Elephantine, so there's not much point in doing that. I think we are going to leave our general here for the time being. He should be relatively well protected. Musketman is also going to stay there. I'd love to upgrade it to a rifleman, but just can't afford to do that right now. Let's go up here and have ourselves another farm. We also have another Gatling gun that actually can start to make its way to the front. So it's in bombard range of that crossbowman, but if we can move to there on the next turn, we'll be in a slightly better position. Don't want to move this guy forward because he will definitely be within bombardment range of the city, so we'll just leave him there. Worker has now finished that farm, so I think we will... What will be the next best thing to do? Would like to try and get another farm up in this direction, but we are too close to Egypt's units, so let's start moving our way over here and see what we can do on this side of the map. You're just going to stay there for now. And we have this great engineer now. I would like to get the Eiffel Tower built. That would help things immensely. So what I'm going to do is move this great artist out of the city temporarily. I'm going to move my great engineer into the city. And we are going to hurry production. That's one turn away now from completing the Eiffel Tower. That will be quite nice. On to the next turn. Assyria's denounced Arabia. That's quite nice. I'm not too worried about Gao. I think it will be... safe enough. Ideology has been adopted by Polynesia. They've gone for order. Can't even remember what I went for now. It's been a few days since I played. I'll have to look that up in a moment, because that certainly didn't help with things, and my tourism output isn't particularly great. But we do have the Eiffel Tower. That gives us an extra 12 tourism. That is really nice. So let's just have a look. We actually went for autocracy, and we're in the middle of a revolutionary wave. We actually now have -11 happiness, which is not great. Egypt have an awful lot of tourism. Admittedly, ours has improved, but not greatly. We do have this great artist now, which we might even be able to pop. So, create great work. We have another one. Oh, it's going to do the thing. We have another one over here, so please do create a great work. Can we get any theming bonuses at all? Oxford University's great works of writing. I want to try and have as much stuff in the capital as possible. What do we need here? Filled with writings from different eras and from civilizations other than the city owner. So that's Songhai Medieval. And Portugal, nothing from Palenque. So if we could swap, for example, Nardney with something that, let's get this right, writings from different eras. So something that isn't ourselves and something that isn't medieval. So we want to swap this for that. One thing I do love in this game, apart from people you're at war with, you can pretty much swap with anybody, even if they hate you. So that should actually help things out a little bit. Now, yeah, we're getting the bonus from that as well. Admittedly, it isn't a fantastic bonus, but it is helping a little bit. So 36 tourism now, which is quite good. Unhappiness is still a major problem. Lisbon, can we build anything here that will help with happiness? Not particularly. Coimbra still needs a Colosseum, so we could build the Colosseum and then work on the Circus Maximus. In the meantime, I think we're going to get a factory going here. Unit needs orders. Right, okay, now it's time to start trying to pick off some of these units that are close by. You can't actually attack from there, which is a bit of a pain, but you can sit off the coast and be a nuisance. Conquistadors against pikemen, not a very good idea at all. Might actually, I can't even put them in the city because the city is... Now, is it because that's puppeted or is it because of zone of control? Because we've got hills and we've got zone of control. I might just move on to that tile and then see what we can do on the next turn. We'll move those guys forward. There's not a lot they can do on that turn, but that's fine. We can then move these guys and the Great General forward. That's absolutely acceptable. We'll set this guy up just in case we do see anything in the water, although he hasn't moved anything towards us right now. This now can't do an awful lot. I might actually move him around to this side just to try and deal with the threat from Egypt, which is by far the bigger threat. So you just go on to alert. You have now finished that. Again, there aren't really many safe places you can work, but I guess you could probably safely work that wheat tile and get that upgraded. Might be worth trying to see if I can get anybody to peace out. I mean, Polynesia peaced out would be useful, but it's very, very unlikely that is going to happen because I can't really do any damage to them right now. And the war hasn't really gone on for all that long. So, it looks like Gao's going to be in a little bit of trouble. I have an awful lot of units very close by, and there's not a huge deal that I can do about them to try and wipe them out. Just going for the units that appear to be weakest where we might be able to do some damage to them. I should have actually moved that Gatling gun into the city first, because at least that way we would have had the oligarchy bonus when we fired. We may have been able to have actually killed off that crossbow. Going to start trying to move this Gatling gun in the hope that it can actually do some damage to these units, because it definitely seems like they're heading northeast towards Gao. Gao is where the biggest potential threat is at the moment, so we do have to be careful there. Rest of the units can just go on to alert. You can just go to sleep there for the time being. We have a cannon over here now, which is very nice. We are going to give you probably accuracy followed by volley. And we will try and move you up towards the front line. Got to be careful of all these units. Getting Elephantine isn't going to be all that easy. Porto has finished the museum. As much as it would be nice to get things like the broadcast tower, I think we're going to need a workboat because we did lose one over there. We know that that cannon has finished. What would we like down here? What would be useful for us? I guess a stoneworks wouldn't be bad, but we do need that Colosseum. Happiness is our issue right now. Worker, you are going to start on a farm, and then let's go on to the next turn. Still got time to squeeze another turn or two in on this video. Haven't got to the point yet where I'm ready to rage quit, but, you know, we're getting there. This Conquistador is going to take quite a lot of damage from all of the units around Gao, but at least if they're firing at a Conquistador that I got free from a city-state, they are not firing at a city that I had to take from somebody. It's actually given me a little bit of time to get those Gatling guns up to the city. And even though Gatling guns have a very short range, they're a very, very good defensive unit. Gao has taken no damage on this turn. Yeah, I really do hate that embarkation ability where they can fire from the water. That's very, very annoying. I'm just waiting for Portugal to declare war when that truce is over, and then we're pretty much done for. So I'm not holding out high hopes for this game. I'm not to say that I can't beat this game on Emperor difficulty, because I've got it close on the stream that I did. I just think I made far too many bad decisions on this particular playthrough. And we've got barbarians spawning, of course we have. Oh, well, if they stay close to the city, we might be able to do some damage with them. You guys have been promoted. Let's give you shock and shock 2. And as much as I'd like to go south, we need to deal with this problem over here. So let's go ahead and do that. We will get another rifleman straight in the production queue. Porto, I think it might be time for you to get walls, just in case you do get attacked from the sea. You're going to go out here and create a fishing boat for us, because that tile's pretty useless without you. We are going to continue to fire at these units here. And this is where having oligarchy really helps. Going to continue to try and move this Gatling gun up closer to the front. This cannon gets a promotion. Let us go ahead and give you accuracy. The good thing about accuracy is that water counts as open terrain as well. So we can do a significant chunk of damage to that unit there. Oddly enough, these guys, well, I guess they're over hills. It's a shame we don't have +1 range here. We can, of course, set up this cannon and start taking some pot shots at these archers here. So that's not a bad thing. Musketman, you're just going to go on to alert because I can't afford to promote you. You guys go on to alert 2. This Gatling gun on to alert. Elephantine is annoying in the way that it's actually quite well protected by all of the hills around it. But that is all of the movement that I can make for this turn. It's a little bit annoying now. We're actually on -23 gold per turn. Things are going from bad to worse. But we will do at least one more video to see how far we can get. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying the series. And I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.